morning.
Thank you. I'm present.
Lolita Haley,
Present.
Maria Lambert. I can't hear Marie.
Okay.
It'll just take a minute, Betty. People have to unmute themselves if they've been muted.
Okay, did you hear me? Present?
My instructions were with the retirement board that when we say that we're here, we have to say we're here located in Wayne County. I don't know if that goes for this
Correct.
board meeting too.
It is. We're a public board.
Okay,
And if you're not in Wayne County, you have to mention where you are.
okay.
Present in Wayne County.
Okay, that was Lolita Haley. Maria Lambert,
Present, Wayne County?
Can barely hear you, Maria.
Present.
Yeah, we can hear that. Yep.
All right.
Don Lee Cotton,
Present in Wayne County.
Hubert Massey,
Present in Wayne County.
Barbara Rogel Miller. Barbara Rogel Miller. I know Barbara had a meeting this morning. I'm not sure she is available yet, or has she joined us?
We had her, but now she's
Reach out to
disappeared.
Mrs. Miller now.
Gloria Ross. Gloria Ross. Gloria
don't bel-
Ross.
I don't believe she's joined us yet.
Okay. Renata Seals.
Present in Wayne County.
Okay. Thank you. Now, is Octavia supposed to be doing something, Tim?
No, you're going on to the next thing on the agenda.
You have a quorum present.
Thank you. Madam Chair, let's move to item B, approval of the agenda.
Matt, do we have an approval of the agenda?
I'll
anyone-
move to approve it.
I'll second it, Lolita Haley.
It was made and second that we approve the agenda. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Approval of the agenda passed. Let's go to approval of the minutes of the November the 23rd meeting. Approval of those minutes.
Approved, Dawn Lee Cotton.
I couldn't hear whoever was talking.
Move to approve, Dawn Lee Cotton.
Don Cotton made the motion to approve the minutes of the November 23rd. Is there a second?
I
I'll second. Oh, Haley seconds.
And moved in second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
No opposition. Motion passed. Now, at this point, do we go to the DIA service agreement?
Yes,
And who do we have on the phone to report on that agreement?
That will be me.
Oh, good.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
I am going to share my screen here, quick a second. Oh, having a little bit of an issue. So I'll just start by talking, and then if work on getting this up on my screen. So we at our Arts Authority meetings often run
Identify
across-
yourself, please. Please identify.
Sorry, Christine
okay.
Klostra. I'm Executive Director of Marketing and Communications at the DIA. And while I work on fixing my system preferences so my screen will share, I will at least talk through a little bit of what I wanted to share with you today. As I was saying, we often get questions at our Arts Authority meetings about how we promote some of the activities that we do at the museum. So we wanted to take some time, since this was sort of an out of our normal scope of meetings meeting, to share a little bit about how we do that, so that maybe you have that information moving forward.
Have a good day.
You did get 2 documents earlier, late last week, outlining in detail some of the things that I'm going to talk about today. But what I wanted to start with was sort of an overview of what we do overall to promote items, and then go through some highlights from the 4th quarter. I am still trying real hard to share these screen here.
Can you share those documents with one of your colleagues and maybe they could share?
I sure can.
There might be a way around it if yours is acting funny.
Yeah. Julie, I'm going to send this to you.
Just about the time we get this whole Zoom thing figured out, we'll be back to meeting in person.
That's right. Yeah, I got online early this morning to make sure it was all set and ready
That's
to
right.
go.
That's right. But it's the internet, so who knows?
Ms. Mazzaraca,
Yes,
it appears that you're logged in to 2 devices and we're going to get an echo from your end. So you'll have to disconnect from one of your devices.
okay, I'm on disconnect.
Ah, can you see it now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. All right. So now that we're going. So like I said, I want to start with a little bit of an overview of what we do to promote the activities that go on at the museum. Obviously, right now it's a little bit different because we don't have quite as much going on. But they really fall into 5 different categories. The first being press releases, which I know all of you are familiar with. We send approximately 6 to 10 releases each month. And those tend to result in an average number of mentions per month of 706. And a mention is anything from a whole article about the DIA to them literally saying Detroit Institute of Arts in the midst of a bigger article about something else. And that coverage reaches about 3.5 million readers or viewers or consumers each month. Then we also promote our events through social media. We have just under 500,000 Facebook followers. We are obviously heavily dependent on Facebook for our social media. We have an incredibly large audience for a museum. I haven't done a comparison in a while, but for a while we had the most followers of any museum outside of New York City. And we've spent a lot of time and invested a lot of energy into building that following. So we're, waiting for the next thing to come along, but until then are gonna continue to be really dependent on Facebook. Twitter, we have 29,500 followers, and Instagram, we have 113,000 followers. And those are just for the DIA main accounts. We have several sort of smaller accounts. Our auxiliaries all run accounts. Our gallery teachers have an account, but the main DIA social media accounts account for about 600,000 followers. Our website sees about 100,000 visitors per month. Those are unique visitors. And we'll get a little bit more into how many pages those people look at each month. And then email marketing, we send a weekly email every Monday. It's called, right now it's called DIA at Home. It ordinarily is called This Week at the DIA. And that goes to 74,000 subscribers. These are all opt-ins. Regulations don't allow us to just send emails to people who have not asked for it. And then monthly, we send an email called EduNews. It goes to just over 11,000 educators. Those are primarily in the Tri-County area, but it does include anybody who signs up for an educator pass, and those don't necessarily have to be people in the Tri-County area. And then you all get what's called County Connections. It comes quarterly. It's really just sort of an overview of what the DIA is doing in each county. We do one for each county, and that goes to 1,800 county stakeholders throughout the region. So Arts Authority members, county commissioners, libraries, and that includes sort of a looking forward of things that we're doing and a look back at things that we've done. And then on top of that, there's one-off emails that go to segments of these lists from the museum shop, from the film theater, from membership. And those aren't quite as scheduled, and they're a little bit more sporadic. And then last but not least, definitely not least, because it's the most expensive of all of these things, we do traditional advertising, print, radio, both digital and terrestrial radio, so things like Pandora and Spotify, and things that you turn on your car dial. Billboards, digital advertising, and we also do a lot of in-museum promotion to make sure that visitors to the museum know what's happening inside the museum and outside the museum. Direct mail, and very rarely television. Television is expensive to produce and expensive to buy, so we try not to be too dependent on that. So I want to transition into sort of going through each of those buckets and some highlights from the fourth quarter. None of what you're seeing here is comprehensive. What you got in the email is a little bit more detailed, but again, not completely comprehensive. No one wants a document with 705 links to mentions in it. So in the fourth quarter, we had 3,286 mentions that reached 10.2 million people. I am sorry for the background noise. My children are in school in the next room, but the printer's in my room. So our focus for that quarter included things like the Ofrendas exhibition, the 2 exhibitions that opened in November, Detroit Style and Russ Marshall, the community group show, the museum's Inclusion, Diversity, Equity, and Access Initiative, gifts to our endowment, and at the end of the year, we do sort of a wrap up of the acquisitions that the museum received and purchased over the year. These topics we settle on usually around 2 months in advance. We try to pick 3 or 4 a month. That doesn't mean we don't do other one-off press releases, but we try to limit like 3 to 4 items per month that we're really focused on generating good coverage for. And you'll see over on the side some examples of those. The Cars exhibition was featured in the New York Times and the Wall Street Journal. The community group show was in the Oakland Press and the Macomb Daily and Daily Tribune. The Ofrendas exhibition, one of the artists from Southwest Detroit on on Channel 4. Our inclusion project was featured in all the local papers. There's a little highlight there from the Free Press. So we're really, we're looking for at least 1 hit for every release that we send, ideally 3 to 4. And we divide it into 3 tiers, local. So things like the Oakland Press and Patch and C&G. Regional, which was more of Free Press, news, and then national and international. And we want to make sure we're hitting all 3 of those categories every month. So some social media highlights from the fourth quarter. You probably can't see it particularly well, but I have little pictures of what were the top posts. The most popular tweet was a download of the Detroit industry murals for a Zoom background after it became very popular, having been used as a Zoom background in the month of, I believe it was in November. The murals, you can see across the board, are always our most popular thing. People love to engage with the murals. So Facebook, we do about 200 posts over the quarter. Those reach just under 5 million people. Twitter is a little less. We post more heavily there because it's faster and a little bit easier, but definitely you can see that the reach is very different. And Instagram, for those of you who use Instagram, is very heavily photo dependent, so it takes a little bit more time, and particularly now that we're not in the office and accessing images. So we go a little bit lighter, but you can see it proportionally does result in a lot of impressions. And so overall, over the course of that time, we reach almost 8 million people just through our social media posts. The website is it's like the clearinghouse. It's where everything goes. And we see about over the quarter, we had 418,000 visitors to the site, and they viewed approximately 1.4 million pages. I just pulled out a few little highlights here of things that were interesting over the quarter. Our Friends exhibition had 25,917 page views and more than 1,400 downloads of educator resource files. Related to that too is when you look at 25,000 compared to 1,232 page views for virtual field trips, 1,232 page views for a specific audience is actually pretty good. We cannot fulfill 1,200 requests for virtual field trips right now. So we're really excited to see how popular those are, and really excited to see how that is going to keep moving forward, particularly until we're able to do in-person field trips again. So we're glad we're able to serve the educators and the students through those virtual field trips, which kicked off just I think last week. And then our Detroit style exhibition, we have a lot of video attached to that. And so far it's just been open since November. We've already had 1,200 video views. One thing that we are working on right now, which we will begin reporting out to you, is calculating out the number of these visitors to these pages who are from Wayne County. And we will be able to start calculating that out and reporting that along with in-museum attendance. Moving on to email. Again, I just picked two here to sort of highlight. This week of the DIA, again, which goes out every week, has an open rate of about 18%. The average open rate for emails overall in the world is about 11%, so we do really well. And our average click-through rate is 9%. And what's really interesting about that is it can range from 7% to the one that went out this week had a click-through of 20%, which is really high. And we track, who's clicking where so that we know what content they're looking for. The content in this email, for those of you who don't get it, is divided into the service agreement categories. So every week, the email features one item that we call Field Trip from Home, and it's an educational activity for students. It includes our Access Online, which aligns with the free admission portion of the service agreement and features some way of engaging with the collection. Sometimes that's a video, sometimes it's a crossword puzzle. We also include a link for seniors, which links to our weekly Thursdays at the Museum program, which is online right now. And then we highlight one of our community partners each week. This one that you can see here was the Community Group Show, which is a really important community partnership program that just closed last week. It was a really great exhibition that we did virtually this year. The exhibition is still accessible on YouTube, so if you haven't taken a look, you should take a look. And then at the bottom of this email, we feature the in-museum activities, which right now is solely exhibitions. And then the educator news, which goes out each month, goes to just over 11,000 educators, also has a really great open rate. It's about 19%, and a little bit higher click-through rate because it's a specialized audience. The one here is the one that went out in December and featured the KIT program, which also in partnership with the virtual field trips has proved to be very successful. And then the last category is traditional advertising. We're really limited right now. Partially, we're trying to keep our budget as tight as we can while we have such limited capacity. And the limited capacity also is driving some of that. We don't want to have so many people trying to come and be disappointed. So we're trying to be very measured about the paid advertising that we're doing right now. It's focused on Detroit Style and Russ Marshall. Both exhibitions run for a pretty long time. So we're trying to sort of keep a steady pace rather than front loading or back loading the advertising, which is what we typically do for an exhibition. We typically push it a lot at the beginning, and we're trying to sort of be consistent this time around. And so in the fourth quarter, that included billboards. Those are located throughout the Tri-County area. Some are strategically positioned to and from the big three headquarters, so that all those people, if they drive to work, will see them. Radio advertising, paid social media marketing, digital ads, and museum promotion. You can see an example of that. We have all of our team members have Detroit Style shirts, and that includes things like posters and banners, and then exterior promotion. I think Julie shared this at our last meeting. This giant horizontal banner. It's the first one we've had since the 1950s. And then also things like street pole banners and that sort of thing. So those are sort of the big categories and the highlights of what we've done over the past quarter. And we're looking forward to sharing this information with you all more regularly so that you get some sense of when you get asked, what's going on with the DIA, you can say, oh, well, last quarter, the community group show was on, was on Channel 4. So we will share this information with you a little bit more consistently at our meetings, but just wanted to see if anybody had any questions about this. And I look forward to talking about it more often with you.
Madam Chair. Madam Chair. Do we still have?
She's muted.
Oh.
Betty,
Yeah.
you're muted.
Can you just unmute her, Octavia?
There you go. When you press like this, you're gonna mute yourself.
Okay, all right, thank you, thank you. I'm here, can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah, Madam Chair, I had a question on this item.
Yes, please go ahead.
Yeah, and it's more of a general question. I don't remember seeing this PowerPoint in what was sent over. What I'm wondering is,
we can share this PowerPoint. What was sent was a little bit more detailed information than what was in the PowerPoint.
I would like you to share it with Octavia Hunter so it can be put up on the website today as part of the materials.
Absolutely. I will do it right now.
Thank you. Thank you for the report too. That was great.
Are there any more comments on the report? Did we move to accept the report? Can you hear me now?
Everybody can, Betty. Yep, just patience. Everything takes a little more time on Zoom.
I so move.
I'll second Maria Lambert.
So it's been moved by Hubert, second by Maria. All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposition? Okay, then now let's move to the election of officers.
Is everyone able to see the bylaws for the Arts Authority?
Yes.
Thank you.
So I take it we'll start at the top, Madam Chair, and work our way down.
Yes,
I will put the name of Betty Mizuraka in nomination for chair.
thank you. I accept that nomination. All those in favor?
No, you got to see if there's more nominations.
I'm sorry. Are there any other
Holy
nominations?
cow.
Are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations? Okay, so are there any other nominations for the chair? Okay, now what?
Do we have support?
Madam Chair, I move that the board cast a unanimous vote for the one nominee for president or chair.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Was there a second on my motion?
Yeah, I'm a second, Barb.
Thank you.
Colleen's a second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposition? Thank you very much for that. I appreciate that confidence in me. You have more in me than I do in myself on the Zoom calls, but I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Going on to the election of the vice chair. The vice chair,
I nominate Tim Colleen to be the vice chair.
okay.
I
Do I-
second.
Who seconded that?
Lolita Haley, I second.
Okay, thank you. So are there any other names?
I will accept that nomination, Madam Chair.
Okay, thank you. Any other nominations? Any other nominations? Any other nominations? All those in favor, say aye.
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 Any oppositions? No. I mean, no, there are no other oppositions. Okay, we have a chair and a vice chair, a recording secretary. Do I have any nominations for the recording secretary?
If Barb Rogal Miller
Are
will,
there any nominations for the recording secretary?
We hear
Yes,
you,
Madam.
Commissioner.
yes, Madam Chair.
I'm sorry?
I will nominate our current recording secretary, Barb Rogal Miller.
I accept the nomination.
Okay. All those in favor, say
Aye.
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 Any opposition?
Aye.
I'm
Any
sorry, may we have support?
I'm sorry?
I support the nomination, Dawn Lee Cotton.
Thank you.
Who made that nomination?
Colleen, supported by Dolly Cotton.
If there is another nominee, then I will withdraw as nominee Barbara Miller speaking.
Okay, so at this point, Barbara Rogel was nominated and Dawn Cotton was nominated. Barbara Rogel Miller withdrew the, am I correct?
I don't
No,
believe so.
I'm sorry.
No.
Commissioner Tim Colleen nominated Barbara Rogel Miller and
Mhm.
Don Lee Cotton supported the motion.
Oh, she supported the motion.
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
I could, okay, supported motion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposition? I didn't hear, I couldn't hear what they were saying. Okay. Who- That was, is someone saying something? I can't hear them. That was for the recording secretary, is that correct?
Yes,
Okay, now nominations for the corresponding secretary. Do I have
Who is
any
that currently?
nominations for the corresponding secretary?
I would like to nominate Don Cotton.
Okay, Don.
Colleen supports that nomination.
Okay.
I
It's been,
second it.
and it's been seconded. Okay. All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposition? Motion carried. Treasurer, Wayne-
Madam Chair,
yes?
if we can get someone else to do it, I would prefer so. I'd still like to serve though.
Okay,
It's Maria Lambert.
okay, Maria Lambert, did you hear her? She said she still wants to serve on the board, but if someone else would like to be the treasurer, she would gladly be able, she would appreciate that. Do we have any nomination?
I'd like to make a comment on the treasurer job, Madam Chair.
Okay,
An annual budget, which for us right now is next to nothing. The only thing we're really spending money on is our attorney each year. There may be other things that we will spend money on. Maybe when we meet again, we'll pay for parking for people to come down. But for right now, the budget is, kind of a one-line budget, and that's for our attorney. But this person should also, keep track when we bill the attorney. That bill has to make its way over to the treasurer's office so it can be deducted from the amount of money that is transferred from the county to the DIA per the millage. But for right now, it's kind of a one-line budget. But we need to have someone doing that and posting it each year. And then, tracking any bills that we have with the treasurer and with the county. So just want to give people an idea of the awesome scope of this job. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Dawn Lee Cotton, I would like to nominate Lolita for treasurer.
Okay.
okay. Was that Dawn Lee Cotton that I heard nominate Lolita Haley? So,
Yes.
so are you,
Colleen will second that nomination.
okay. All right, so,
Do we want to make sure that Lolita accepts the nomination first?
Nah, we'll force it on her.
Obviously. I would be honored to continue to serve this board.
okay, so all those in favor of, now, I want to make sure, Marie, you have dropped out, is that correct?
Yes.
All right, that's all I want to know. Okay, so we have the nominations for Lolita Haley to be the treasurer of the Wayne County Arts Council. Is that correct?
Arts Authority, but yeah.
Arts Authority, that's, I get, okay, all those in favor, say aye.
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 Any opposition? Motion carries. So we have the chairperson, Betty Misuraka. Thank you. Vice Chair, Tim Colleen. Recording Secretary, Barbara Rogel Miller. Corresponding Secretary, Dawn Cotton. And Treasurer Lolita Haley. Am I correct in that?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so thank you very much for your contributions to the effort of getting this done today, and we appreciate it very much. And now we'll move on to the next item, which is the revise the date of the Arts Institute Authority, December the 2021 meeting.
Yeah, Madam Chair, Colleen.
Correct. Go ahead, Commissioner.
Somehow, and I don't know where, but it's no big deal, but up on the website now that has our annual, our web page on the county website that has our annual meeting schedule. Somehow the date for December of next year got to say the 23rd, which is not what we intended. The intent was to, that was for the 13th of December, that Monday. The 23rd is like a Wednesday or something.
It's a
So
Thursday.
Yeah, Thursday. So I guess my motion, just to do it formally, so we can change it on the website, is to correct the December 2021 meeting date from December 23rd to the correct date, which would be Monday, December 13th.
Okay, do I,
Motion on that, Tim?
That is a motion, yes.
Okay, then I'll second it.
okay, it's been moved by Tim Colleen and seconded by Barbara Gail Miller to change the December 2021 meeting date officially to Monday, December the 13th, hopefully in the Wayne County building by that time.
Hopefully.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposition to that? Motion carried. Such other matters as they may be properly submitted before the committee?
Madam Chair, Maria Lambert,
Yes,
I was just looking at my oath of office, and I know that we do have 2-year terms according to our bylaws. But when I was sworn in May of 19, the expiration date was recorded as May 2020. So that was done incorrectly.
I cannot answer that because I don't have those files before me. But if you were sworn in for a 2-year term, maybe it's a typo error.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. I think that it should have said 2021, which would be 2 years. And it only has a 1-year expiration on it.
Well, I think that we will have to research the papers on that and go and have that corrected so that you do fall in that 2-year period.
Okay, I'd be happy to send you a copy of this also.
Yeah, could you, can you send it to me through email and then I'll,
Sure.
Okay.
Be fine.
Are there any other, I'd like to say so much other matters. I want to thank Tim for making sure that we have a site on the Wayne County page. And I did not know about it. I mean, I guess with all the confusion that I've been going through and we've all been going through, I haven't been following it. So Tim, thanks for all your work in getting that out to the public so they can see who we are and what we do and if we're fulfilling our fiduciary responsibility.
Thank you, Madam Chair, but we cannot neglect the work that Octavia Hunter is doing behind the scenes.
Oh, absolutely. I'm sorry,
Yep.
Octavia. Yeah,
Yep.
Octavia needs a mink coat or something. How's that? No, Octavia, we really do need to appreciate Octavia. She has been our everything, our goalie, our leader. You really have been stuck with us and we're eternally grateful to you. And I hope that we'll each be able to show you that when we come back to the office. Thank you, Octavia. I'd like to send a letter on behalf of and I don't know if that's, we should do that to the commission saying what a wonderful employee Wayne County has in Octavia. We could do something like that, I think. Tim, would that be out of order?
Not at all. And we have a corresponding secretary to do exactly that.
Okay, all right. The corresponding secretary, we get together and we'll write a nice letter to the chair, to Alicia Bell, so she can read and she can understand what a valuable employee the Wayne County has in her.
Madam Chair and Tim Colleen, we have also appointments that represent the board for the DIA. Are those seats up for election too at this time?
Madam Chair, Colleen?
Yes.
Yeah, Renata, we're looking into that right now, as well as the question that was raised, on the previously by Ms. Lambert. So we're looking at the dates that was sent over, how many year terms that was, and that'll be a topic on our next board meeting agenda.
Okay.
Will be the appointments to the DIA board. Now, if those terms haven't expired yet, it'll just be a report. if it is time for us to do that, then we will conduct that election at our next meeting.
Okay.
What day is our next meeting? Can I ask that question, please?
It's on the webpage, Betty.
I know, I'm sorry, I can't
Yeah, I know.
do it all at one time.
I feel ya.
I think it's May, but I'm not sure.
May 10th,
Okay,
May 10th.
on a Monday.
And then it'll be August 30th and December 13th.
Okay. Okay. Are there any other such matters that may be submitted before the committee? Any public comment? Do we have any public on board, Octavia?
Yeah, this is Steve Panton. I'd also just like to reiterate our thanks, or my thanks, I think the public's thanks for the Wayne County homepage. It is being noticed.
Oh, thank you, Stephen. But we appreciate you very much for bringing that to our attention. Thank you for acknowledging that, and thank you for being a part of this group. Look forward to meeting you when we meet down the Wayne County building, if you're able to come.
Likewise.
Thank you. Is there any other public comment? Any other public comment? Do I have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make that motion. Barbara Miller speaking.
Barbara's made a motion to adjourn. Do I have a second?
Second, Donnelly Cotton.
Second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, the meeting is adjourned, and God bless us all.
And thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.